Everyone wants to know God's purpose for their life, but the real question is, if he revealed that today, do your habits allow you to carry that freely, to be the man you're supposed to be? Your discipline, the way you move in your relationships, the way you move in your finances, more importantly, the way you move with God. Does your daily habits align with his purpose for your life? What's going on, Mitch's World? You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And for that, I am grateful. Today, this video is going to help somebody get 1% better, get 1% closer to their purpose. And I hope that's you. Today, I'm in a special place. I'm in North Carolina. I've been here for the last week or so. I'm at my old stomping grounds. A lot of friendships, a lot of relationships were made here. I'm at North Cary Park. If you know, you know. We used to come out here, play basketball, do our thing. Some of the guys I met out here, I've been in their weddings. I'm godparents to their children. I have just solid relationships with the brothers that I met out here. But before we get into that, we're going to get into a quick fit check. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. All right. Just a little black on black sweatsuit. Some new kicks. Little hat. Nothing too crazy. I break my life down into 4 quadrants: spiritually, emotionally, financially, and physically. I'm going to tell you what I do in each quadrant and why I do it. First category being spiritually. We all have different belief systems. I believe in God personally. My first goal was to spend 10 minutes a day with God daily. 10 minutes. Nothing crazy. That could be me praying. That could be me reading. Me doing a Bible plan on the Bible app. It's that simple. But doing it daily, fixing that daily habit to make sure it aligns with my long-term goal, which is to get closer to God, to allow him to lead me in my life. I can't say I want God in my life if I don't invite him in. So that was the first step in what I did to allow God into my life. And ever since then, it's grown just like anything else. If you go to the gym, hey, you may start off only being able to run 5 minutes on the treadmill. But if you do 5 minutes daily, you'll eventually build up that callus or that muscle to grow the time to 7, 10, 20 minutes eventually. But you have to start somewhere. Number 2, financially. As a man, we cannot be out here broke. It's that simple. If your money's funny, you got to find a way to get out of your money being funny. And that requires you to put your pride to the side. Whether you got to get a second gig, get a first gig. Some of you may not have a job. Get a second gig, Uber. For a long time, for 3 years, when I first started my insurance business, I was waiting tables. I was waiting tables on the weekend at IHOP. Just to make sure I had some cash flow coming in. I'd make an extra $100, $200 a shift. Add that up over the course of a month, I got extra $1,000, and just doing the necessary things. At that time, I had just bought my first house. I was house hacking. So I lived in the master for free, and I rented out the rooms. That allowed me to pay my mortgage and my utilities, and it gave me a space to where, okay, anything I made at IHOP was extra, and it allowed me a chance to figure out what the insurance business looked like for me. I had worked at State Farm before. That's a captive company, and that's a company that just allowed me to just work. I had a job. But once I got out and I was independent, I had to figure it out for myself. So me being financially independent and growing, I had to find things that allowed me the space to grow and get uncomfortable. I didn't want to wait tables, but at the same time, I did it for 3 years until I was able to establish a financial freedom for myself that allowed me to move and operate in a space that I could really pursue things the way I wanted to. Number 3, physical fitness. When you feel good, you look good. When you look good, you feel good. They go hand in hand. Find a routine that is non-negotiable for you, a daily habit that aligns with your long-term goal. You can start off with something as simple as walking, right? Walking is something you can do any given day of the week. It doesn't require equipment. It doesn't require a gym membership. You put on your shoes and just walk. Walk 45 minutes a day. And it's not so much about the physical activity. It is, but it's about the habit and the mindset that comes with it. To do something daily that doesn't require a whole lot, but it allows you to build that habit and build that callus, that's what it's about. Because our daily habits have to align with our long-term goals. Too oftentimes we start things and we stop things with no consequences. Start something and see it all the way through. For 30 days, just say, I'm going to walk 5 days a week. I'm going to walk 6 days a week for 45 minutes. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be fast paced. It doesn't have to be a weighted vest. It doesn't have to be any of those things. It just has to be you committing to yourself for a 45-minute a day walk. Because once you build up that habit and that routine, you're going to realize how good you feel and how much better you are because you stayed consistent to something and you saw it all the way through. Now, the last and most important part, well, they're all important, but I feel that emotional piece as a man is something we ignore too often. And when I say emotion, really encompasses a lot because part of the emotional, you need an outlet. Like for me, I like to journal and I also like to be around community. Social media, all these things will tell you to isolate. It's easy to get distracted in that season when you're like, oh, I got to lock in. Isolation is not locking in. Being alone, because if you're dealing, let's say you're alcoholic and you isolate, and you're drinking by yourself. You're still drinking, you're still doing the things, you have no accountability, you have no higher power system in place that's gonna allow you to be successful. Find community, find people that hold you accountable. And a simple way to find a community, whether it's through a church, whether it's through group apps like GroupMe, things like that. TikTok has a lot of places and people that are doing groups. Search groups in your area and see who's hosting groups and finding community, and go to these things and get uncomfortable. I challenge you to break down these 4 quadrants. Like I said, the spiritual, the financial, the emotional, and the physical. Find a sector in each part and get uncomfortable. Find something that makes you uncomfortable. So for example, if the emotional piece, the hard part is finding community, I challenge you to find community, and not just find the community, actually go to an event. Financially, if it's hard for you to save money, I challenge you to lock in for 90 days and save an emergency fund. That may require you to sit at home for a little bit. That may require you to not be dating for a period of time. It may require you to do different things that will allow you to save money in that period of time. That may require you getting another job, whether it's remote, in person, whatever the case may be. Spiritually, I challenge you to spend 10 minutes a day talking to the Lord, or whatever you believe in, reading, finding something that is educating you and bringing you closer to your purpose. And physically, I challenge you just to do something as simple as walking every day. Find a path or trail around your house, walk, do some push-ups along the trail, and do that for 30 days. Get uncomfortable, because too many times we're sold the dream of comfort. Comfort is a luxury, something that is worked for, something that is earned. It's not something that's given, because you're either going to be comfortable with nothing, or you're going to be comfortable because you worked and you got everything and now you can rest. But you can't have both. So today I challenge you, in order to become a better man and and closer to your purpose, get uncomfortable. When you get uncomfortable, you'll quickly find what is for you and what's not for you, and you'll get closer to your purpose. Thank you guys so much for listening today. I'm Mitch Barkhan, and I'm tuning out, man. You guys be good. Have a good week, and we'll talk soon.